Hello folks and blokes, this is Psycho8. Welcome back to part 2 of Phantasy Star 2 playthrough. I have just discovered something new just before loading this. Yeah, before I begin it, I've got the levels I need. Rolf had those 2 magic spells I wanted him to learn. Wayuka and Highness, whatever. Can't remember which one's which though. I think one of them takes you out of a dungeon and one of them takes you back to a village, like the escape pipe and telepipe. That is magic. Rolf did also learn a couple of new battle spells, which I'll be showing off. I've got the sword from the shop that I said, and Rudo has a shotgun. One thing I didn't realise, that the bow gun can be equipped by Rolf. Yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, I'll equip the sword. And of course he's got a shotgun. Better, way better than his bow gun. Just before I begin, I didn't check this, I should have done. Did Nay learn any more spells? No, she hasn't. Okay. So, before I begin, I'm using maps for the treasure chest, because I I know how to get from the beginning of dungeons to the end, but the treasures I don't. So I'm using a map off a website called Phantasy Star Cave. I will leave a link in this description at some point. So I'll be pointing out what letters, numbers or whatever are pointing on a map. Like going through door number 1 or whatever. If it's marked on the map as number 1 or 2, I will point that out. So if you're following the map as well, you know where I'm addressing. Anyway, just to make sure I'm fully healed. Yeah, okay. Now, last time I showed you we had Rudo. His stats go up way more than Rolf and Nay's. Even though Nay goes up more levels than Rolf, her stats are nearly the same, well, HP anyway. She does actually surpass Rolf, if you're lucky. Yeah, another thing, stat gains in level ups are random. Phantasy Star 3 is the same. Phantasy Star 4 is a bit like Phantasy Star 1. The stats you get on that are fixed. Right. This is a good opportunity to test out one of Rolf's new magic, Zan, which attacks with just one lot of enemies. Like, in this game, you can only have 2 lots of enemies, you know what I mean? You've got bees, that's one lot, froggy, that's another lot. So, Zan will attack one group, not everything. There is magic spells that attack everything. She ain't got that yet. So Zan. Now, I'm back. Now, if you notice Foy and G-Foy, basically that's a level 2 magic spell Foy. If you want to think, no, I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, and Tasu, I'll call it Tasu. It's probably Sue or whatever. That's weird. I can't explain how that works, but that's the same power as G-Foy. I will show that off. But first, let's go with Zan and show you that. And the shotgun also has a really different purpose. I'll show that. I will show you it and then explain it. Missed. Hey, nice. That does about the same damage as Foy, but hits a group of enemies. I don't like calling them a group though, because you kind of get mixed up. A group could be anything. Doesn't have to be the same. And they just leveled up. Now you saw that shot with the shotgun. It did 10 damage. I'll explain how it works properly in a minute. Let's try G-Foy. If you remember, Foy did about 13 or 14 damage, or 15 if you're lucky. G-Foy gets you paralysed. Now, if you saw, he attacked 2 enemies, missed one, sadly. Oh, also, when you saw Zan, if you looked at the damage, it said 30-something damage. That's how much it does. When you got that, when you're attacking more than one enemy, it will come up a large number because it's all together, not individually, when you attack a large enemy. Now, if I can get Rudo to attack both enemies, I can explain how a shotgun works. There are other guns that'll be the same. Yeah, 19. Yeah, that's not each, that's all together. So, basically, he took 10 damage from one enemy and 9 from another. Same there. Let's see if Wolf can use his G-Boy. Yeah, now that's very strong. 35 damage to a single target. Now, one thing about this type of guns that hit more than one enemy, the amount of damage, if it's a single target, it would always be halved. I mean, if it hits twice, it would always be halved. But if it hits a single enemy, its damage it does depends on the monster's max HP. So, with the shotgun, if a monster's HP is less, and his max HP is less than 10, or his current HP, I forgot, no, current HP, yeah, is less than 11, like 10 below, it would only do like 8, 9 or 10 damage, depending how much it's got. If it's like max, if its current HP is below 11, it won't do no more than 10 damage. If its max current HP is more than 10, up to 20, it will deal 18, 19 or 20 damage to it, to a single target. If it splits, it would always be 20 damage altogether, to 19 or 18. Yeah, that's how that shotgun works. Now I'll show you Rolf's other magic, Tasu. I'm going to call it Tasu. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I don't give a shit. Yeah, it's a bit like makes a light come down, and obviously, if you, I've studied that technique closely. If you, I want to show you this, so I'm gonna do a little something and rewind. Yeah, this this Mega Drive collection has rewind function, and luckily there ain't no ring piece on it, if you know what I mean by that. RNG. There is if you rewind and carry on during a turn, then it has an RNG. Yeah, the results are different. Now, if you look at Rolf's hand, you can see a little laser coming out for where his hand is. So obviously a bolt is coming down, and Rolf is using the bottom, like that little round light, to burst something at him. So I'm guessing it's an electric move, but he missed. So now I'll show you Rolf's sword if he gets to do it. Yeah, very powerful. But that sword will do more damage to weaker enemies. That's another thing. Those were different enemies. I never showed you them before, so sorry about that. Yeah, they could paralyze you. Now I'm just going to go back. Now find out, I think it's Highness. No, Highness takes you out of dungeons. Mayuka takes you back to where you last saved. So yeah, I just need to go back and heal. There we go. Go back and heal because we used up magic to show you them. So now we're going to go here. And the other village that we saw, yeah, there we go. Armina, whatever it is. That's the other village that we know. So we can go back there for 60 Mercedes. Now it doesn't matter how distant you are; it'll always be 60 Mercedes. I think there's something else I've forgotten. Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. See that no one appeared at the bottom when the battle started? Like here, now we appeared. That means that, we've got an ambush. The enemies go first. Now, I also didn't mention that those things we just fought, same with the frogs, their maximum HP is 10. And the, ants, well, not the green ones, the brown ones, the things, I can't feel. There you go, he's that enemy again, the green ants. I don't know what their max HP is. I only know the first few enemies. But with this normal attack, if you don't have the sword, then you best use boy. Now, I don't know if I may have mentioned this before either, but guns, I did mention it, they ignore defense, but they're also, they also have a fixed damage, yeah. Well, not fixed, but that's wrong, because fixed damage means you'll do the same damage every time. It doesn't, but it's like near the same. Now, the ultimate weapon for Odin, yeah, that has like 10 damage difference, you know what I mean? Between whatever. I won't tell you what damage it does, because that'll be a spoiler. But let's just say it could have 10 different damage results, if you know what I mean. Right, we've got these again. So I'm going to fast forward. Yeah, we've got a lot of gameplay to do today, because I've got, I need to get to a certain bit, so I can do grinding again off screen. Because if I, like, did half now, half next time, we'd only have, like, half hour or something, or whatever. Or, it's not enough time for 2 videos, or streams or whatever. There is another reason why I'm doing a stream, not a video, because I might want to go over my hour. And a video on PS4 can only be an hour. Here's a dungeon we have to go to. Now, our objective here is to find someone. There's someone who's gone missing, you could say. Well, no, oh my god. I really haven't shown everything, have I? Getting out of it. I apologise. That's what happens when your brain keeps on going. Right, we're going to try this again. Yeah, I really need to explain things, not just get straight to it. Now, I won't even call that time wasting. I'll call it, showing you what's the story plot. The time wasting, I think, is just talking to random villagers in every village all the time. That's kind of time wasting. Well, especially when they're not plot related. But this sort of thing, I think I should tell you. Or show you. And look, we haven't appeared at the bottom, so they go first. Now those snakes, I think they have 12 HP, I'm not sure. Or 13. Let's speed up. Yeah, you probably saw me do that teleporting from town to town thing on my bonus video, the cheats. Now this guy, it's Odin! No, I meant Rudo. Oh god, I got it wrong. Right, okay. Then kick his ass. Right, okay. Well, our objective is trying to find a way to get past that guy. Yeah. So, we'll find something in that dungeon. Right, now, I put in the description of that bonus video that I have forgotten a cheat. There is another cheat that I did not show, but it is absolutely pointless. So pointless. Yeah. So, what it is, right, this other cheat, you press start, no, that's wrong. So you press the A button, and this comes up, a message. It's a search message. You're searching. Some things you need to press that to get items, like open treasure chest or whatever. Now, when you press the search button, the next step is guaranteed not to have a random encounter. So you press down, press it again. The next step, we won't have a random encounter. This is the non-random encounter cheat. Yeah, it's not too, you don't have to do too much for it. So, if you want to just search areas and that and not get any random encounters, just press A, go down, press A, yeah, and you won't get into any battles. But we'll go straight to the dungeon now. Also, when I grinded for the money and the level ups, yeah, I went round here to fight because I had these guys. There are some other new enemies you can meet around here. Right, there we go. Yeah, but I fought in here, well, in this rough area. I call it rough area. It's more like dead grass. Oh, Rudo leveled up. So we're going here. Now, a lot of the areas are like bordered with these sort of walls. So we have to walk all the way round to get to the next area of the dungeon. So these enemies, the mosquitoes, or mosquitoes, they have 9 HP only. As well. I think that the flies or the bees or whatever, they only have 10 HP. I think I'm not sure about that one though. There, go straight up the middle up here. Turn right, yeah. Yeah, as you can see, we're not in first person dungeon now. First person mode. First, okay. Now what I like to do with this battle is get Rudo to attack the mosquitoes, because he'll guarantee to kill, if he hits them, will guarantee to kill them. Because that's 18, that means he did 9 damage each. Now what must be, don't speed up while walking, because never know, someone might be playing along. Don't worry, that's just me talking to my inner me. Right, then we just follow this path where I'm going. Now you can see those things, these things, oh okay, coming up to it in a minute. Yeah, these are, I'm guessing, like teleporter lifts, as we call them in the UK, or chutes or whatever. I think they're more lifts, so you see that little white thing in the middle, that you stand on it and it lifts up to the next floor. So yeah, but as you can see, there's arrows pointing outwards. That means it's going up the next floor. Some of them have arrows pointing in, means you're going down to the bottom floor. So we go in here. Now on the map that I'm using, that'll be 3A, and we've come out of 3B. Okay, so on the map that I'm using, whatever chute you go up will be number A or B, depends. But if it's one chute, it'll be like A or B. So we've gone into 3A and come out of 3B. There will be no other 3A or 3B or 3C, not yet anyway. So there's a treasure chest here. With dynamite. Okay, that's wicked. Now, we're on both of them shoots. I won't say yet. So we're going in 2B, coming out of 2A, and it's locked. Okay, yeah. So back into 2A, come out of 2B. Now that shoot is 7A on the map, and obviously it will come out of 7B. Trying to think of where I am on the map. Oh, we've gone up to floor 3. Right, okay. So yeah, that would just loop round to where we want, where we will pass in a minute. So if you want to take that shoot to floor 3 and get to those two, which we could just walk through from here. If you want to do that for grinding, so go for it. These enemies, nah, nothing to it. They don't have any special attacks. And we didn't even see them attack. However, this shoot is 5B, takes us into 5A because it went down, and a treasure chest. And of course it's locked. So it reminds me of locked doors, Resident Evil games. I'm gonna be honest though, Resident Evil when it comes to locked doors are nowhere near as bad as Dying Light. Right, oh, I didn't show you that other pink enemy. That's just normal. That's just, he's another weak one, just like those purple things. Right, we got 2 shoots to go here. Let me look it up. Right, I have forgotten a treasure chest, but we do have to come back in this cave afterwards, so we'll get it then. Now the top one is the one we need to go, but I'm looking at the other one in case for treasure. Yes. Actually, it's probably locked. So we'll come back for that one. I think most of them are locked in the chutes of that floor that go down to the bottom floor. Right, now we've gone up to floor 3. Right, we want to go through here, but don't do that. Go down here. If I find out you've done that, I'm going psycho mode on you. And they leveled up. And we get a treasure chest. That's why. 200 Mercedes. Now, isn't there a country, or was a country? I know there was, but I don't know if they use that currency anymore, Mercedes, do they? Right, those things, obviously, they paralyse or attack. Didn't another country use Mercedes? No, they didn't. They used Perseus. But I was saying, I wondered if, what is it? They still use pesetas. Come and see. Oh yeah, if you fall down that hole, you end up in that middle area on the bottom floor where we came up from. If you know what I mean. Like the cross area. You look like a cross. If you look at the map, that area with the black, that's obviously holes. It's shaped as a cross. So obviously it'll come down at the centre of the second floor. Right. Here's another thing. What's the deal with YouTubers, men, the well-known YouTubers, growing their hair long? Hey, hello, mate. Anyway, just a minute. Their bodies, candidates. I wonder if the biohazards killed them. Don't you mean biomonsters? That's what we've got. That's what we're fighting against. Don't you mean that? Not biohazards. Right, on this floor, you want to make sure that you don't rhyme like me. That everyone is above 30 HP or whatever. Don't get them below 30 HP. Because of these weak enemies. They shouldn't be on this floor. Right, okay. We've got a treasure chest. We have a seal ribbon. Seal ribbon. I'm assuming that stands for silver. Give it a name. Right. When I was saying on the last episode of this playthrough that Nay is really important character in the game, and that's why she's levels up faster than that. That is true, that she's really important character, because her name and that lives out to Phantasy Star 3 and 4. But it doesn't really live out the Phantasy Star 1. I know that Horde's a name, but that's a bomb hack. Anyway, these flies, the hardest enemy in this dungeon. This is why I said keep your HP above 20, in the 20s. So, like 30 upwards. Don't let it go below 30, I mean, sorry. Now just fast forward to it. Because they can take about 6 or 5 damage. So, yeah. Take a bit of a risk there, but I'm Psycho Anto. Right. Now that one's strange, that attack, when Rudo did 18 to that, 18 damage to that, Locust, I think it's called, because it has 10 HP. Now if an enemy has less than 11 HP, then he would only do 10, or 9 or 8 damage. But he did 18 to that. But I think he mainly does that mainly to that enemy. Now you could go left or right here, doesn't matter. Another dead body in the centre. Must be important, yeah. Oh, there's something else. Dialogue. Hey. Okay. Check out that letter I'm going to use. Right, okay, that's why he was robbing everyone. That guy, I don't know if it said it, but he's the guy in that tube that they said he tried to kill Nay, that we can't pass. Obviously, he does know about the letter, so we don't have to go back to him. That's why he's causing the crimes. He's causing crimes, yeah. He tried to kill Nay, he's robbing people for that money. But then let's go back in here and get those treasures now. Now, I'm just going to say this, okay? We do need to open at least 2 of those chests, because there are items in it we need, plot items, that we need for the next 2 dungeons after this. Speed that up a little bit. Oh, I forgot to tell you, when I said in the bonus video, the cheat video, that I will not be using the duplicating cheat, I wasn't 100% truthful about that. I'm only going to be using it when I get a one in only weapon that you can use 2 of them. There are some weapons like that, you can only get 1 of them, but they can be used if you had 2 in both hands. So those weapons will be the only thing I'll be doing, and maybe the armour, if there's only 1 like that. However, I won't be using it for everything and using it to get money. That just spoils, for me anyway, it kind of spoils the fact of grinding. Yeah, using that duplication cheat to sell things. I mean, go ahead if you want, but I don't want to do it. Not even in my own time. Right, we're going to go back in here, which is 3A. There's that cross thing I was talking about. If you fell down from the top floor, you'll come here. Right. Now, if you've watched other YouTubers do this game, they tend to use really weak weapons through a lot of the game. And also in other playthroughs that YouTubers do, they'll be like, I won't buy this item from a shop because we'll be getting it in the next dungeon. I'm not really like that, because I need that thing in order to get to that item. And if I get that item that I've already bought, then I'll sell it. I'm not a tight-ass git with my money on this game, on games. But anyway, so yeah, to open this box, it's locked, so go to items, whoever's carrying it, to go to the item, go to use. You use the small key. The container opens. Liar! No, you got to open it yourself. It's kind of future telling, that one, or just telling you to open it next. Dynamite. That's the plot thing we need, but there's another one we need as well. Now in this, I said that this goes round to the area above where we were. I didn't see at the time on a map, but there is a treasure chest here in this area. So that was 7A. We've come out of 7B. And we get a headgear. Now, yeah, Ralph does have the headgear. Okay. Okay, right. Now I'm gonna go up here. That's not really an animation. We've got some blobby blobs as well. This looks like something that lives in the sea. Like a jellyfish sort of thing. Well, no, not a jellyfish. That does not look like a jellyfish. We'll go there, and yeah, there's that other area. Hang about. But here is where another treasure chest is, and of course it's locked. And we get a monomate. Is that your mate? This ain't mine. Right, okay. Let's see if these will show the animation attack. I don't know if I've already shown it off. No? Okay. We will be meeting others that are same as that. Like, they're the same but different colours, just like the green ant things and the gold or the brown bees. Right, want to go to here in the 4B and come out of 4A. Yeah, 150 Mercedes, okay. I actually think I've missed another treasure chest, but we can get that easy. However, we do need to go all the way round again. Maybe you shouldn't follow this way of doing it, but it's good for the experience points and money, of course. Right. And I'm gonna heal Nay again. Why not? Oh yeah, I said that I see Nay as... I don't see her as a cat girl, I see her as an elf. And there's a reason for it later on I play. Then I was saying, like, in the other characters, in the other Phantasy stars who are the same, I see them as elves, not cat girls. I'll explain that one later on in this game. Not in this this part 2 anyway. Oh, I'm not actually going to take that back when it comes to Nay. She's more like a horse. Fine. That's a really bloody bad joke. I like to make jokes, but I end up being sounding like I'm trying to be like Jonathan Ross. No, I like Jonathan Ross. That's why my jokes are bad. I mean, to be honest with you, how can you say that Jonathan Ross jokes are bad? They're better than mine. And not only that, maybe you shouldn't criticise, hello whoever's joined, about his jokes are bad. You got to, oh, Wolf level up. He learned a new spell, we'll find out what that is. You got to admire that he tries. But he's got res. That's also in and out of battle. He tries. You know, you should give him credit for that. Right, okay. This is the last area we can go for treasure on this floor. Oh, also, I want to say hi to my noob subscriber as well. Also follow me on PS4. Can't message you for some odd reason, but thanks if you're watching this. Right, where are we? We're going this one, which is 1A, going down to 1B. Of course it's locked, because this is the other plot treasure chest, where it has the other dynamite. Now, that chest in the top left, yeah, that's the one I kind of forgot, but it's not too far to get that. Just give me a sec. Right, now that other chute just leads to a complete dead end. So to get that other treasure chest, we'll go back into 3A. Have I did that right? No, come out, go straight into 3B and come straight out of 3A. Oh, chest is there. Yeah, that's the one that we just missed. Oh, I can't show you the other chest on the other side. Right. Oh no, you could just about see it. And 40 Mercedes. Come on, let me show where that chest is. So you make sure. There you go. Right, okay. So, we've got those two spells, Highness, which I'm going to call it Your Highness, and Ryuka. I'm going to call it the Ryuka Sensei. Nah. Or I could just call it the Quentin Flynn. If you know what I mean with that one. Okay, before I carry on, I'm going to need some extra help. Yeah, these YouTubers, I won't say the top YouTubers, but the most popular ones, the blokes are all growing their hair long. It's like, are they copying me? Because I started growing my hair long like three years ago. Well, no, 5 years ago. I mean, I grew it for 2 years long, then I had it cut, and then grew it again for just over 3 years now. I've had my hair growing. And it seems like a lot of the top YouTubers, I keep calling them top, one of them's not top, but most popular YouTubers are doing that, and tying their hair back as well. But the only thing is that their hair's not long enough to tie it back. I don't understand how they're managing to do it, well, especially one of them. And of course my boy KSI, Jacksepticeye, how is he tying it back, I don't know. If my hair was that length, I couldn't even brush it back, let alone tie it back. And of course, Markiplier, who is now tying it back. He's got such a little teeny weeny ponytail, but nothing's, like his fringe or anything's not going back. Right, I want some dye, mate. I just sold me, like, gear that I don't need. I'm gonna give a few to, to Rolf, few to Nay, few to Rudolph. Right. Now, before I carry on, I want to get some other. Now, fibre coat, that's the next best armour for Rolf. I think Rudo already has that. And that's it. I'm not using any shields or MLs yet. I will be pretty soon. So give him the fibre coat, his defence went up a bit. And of course I'm going to sell that other coat. Yeah. No, not the mono. Oh yeah, I'm actually going to sell the mono, mate. Now, do you remember when I said in the first episode that you can store away stuff? I said I only do that with a couple of what was it? Plot items. Well, we got one of them. We do not need it anymore. No more. Unless you're playing that ROM hack my friend does and that, which is a Portuguese ROM hack. The key is you need it again way later on in that ROM hack. I can't even pronounce the name of what it's called. So the small key, yeah, we don't need it anymore. So put it in the baggage. Right, okay. Oh, no. I'm going to go in a teleport thing. I am fully healed, okay. Oh yeah, in this part of the map, we will run into those what is it? The green ants again, and another enemy. I don't know if we encountered it yet, but here's that other dungeon we need to go to. This is that tower where it said on the notes. Nido Tower. So we're gonna rescue that Tiam. So we use a dynamite to blast through the door. Right, okay. Yeah, I was just checking the map site. Right. So yeah, on the left, it'll just go round to a dead end. And we got another snake. Now, this snake will actually do another status effect called sleep. On this game, sleep is like a semi-instant death, you could say. When you're asleep, your character's out. Until the battle's over. So if all your characters get put asleep, it's game over. However, if your character's asleep, it can still be attacked. But you can't get out of it, there is no cure for it. But if your all characters get asleep, you don't just stand there until the monster takes you out. It's just instant game over if you're asleep. So be careful with that one. And of course there's the final status effect. No, I won't say the final status effect, because the final status effect is Curse, which is only inflicted on the second to last boss. That's all I'm saying with that one. Not the final boss, the second to final boss does Curse. Right. And there is a way to cure. Well, right, yeah. I will say it's not really a spoiler. Your ultimate weapon will randomly cure you of that curse effect. Curse makes you just not attack. Right, okay, we've gone into A2, so we've come out of, no, sorry, 2A, so we've come out of 2B. To be or not to be. Right, I've got 100 pesetas. Oh, right, okay. I didn't really want to say this because this actually does not bother me. But there is a monster you can meet up in this dungeon on the bottom floor. That's really powerful. That's why I got all those dimates. But a lot of people get worried about that. I'm not worried at all. But they can actually give you game over. So we've gone into 6A there, and we've come on the bottom floor whether we can meet up with those monsters. In this version, what am I talking about? In this dungeon, you only meet up with a group of 2 of them. In the next dungeon, you can meet up with a group of 2 of them, or just one of them with 2 other enemies. Which that one really isn't a thing. And we got this. Now, with this and the other enemy, with these worms, leeches, whatever, that corn worms, give the most experience points in this dungeon. Now that move can be powerful. As you just saw, it done quite a lot of damage there. Now, like guns, enemies can do moves that will ignore your defense, and I believe that is a magic attack, but you don't have a magic status on this game. But you do have a spell that you learn that can protect you against magic and physical defense, and there's an item that you get that does the same. Trimate, the ultimate single healing. You could say if you want to. Oh no, I'm not gonna relate it to Final Fantasy. Fuck that. This is Sega game, no Nintendo for this. Nah. But if you want to say it's like a Final Fantasy, that will be more like an X potion. I don't want to. That's the last time I'm doing that. So there's the other enemy I was saying that we could have met. The Waspy. The gold things on the right. Now we saw another one of them that only had 9 HP, remember me saying? But I did mention about their attack. Their attack is magical, which means it will do basically round about the same damage no matter what your defense are. But they also heal what they attack. So if you see in the Waspy box, it says it healed 3 and it's healed 4 because they've done that damage to us, but they've also it's a drain attack. Yeah, if I recall, Waspies are the only enemies, or not Waspies, but those type are the only enemies that do that drain attack. I might be wrong, but yeah, make sure you keep everyone's HP above 40. Don't go below 40. That's also why I've got, like, I grinded a lot before this. There we go. There's the enemies, blasters. So what they could do, magic attack, they hit your whole party for like 10 damage. Or 15 or whatever. And if both of them use it, they do about 30 damage. How to take this out? Jafoy. And that's it. Now, of course, you really want him to hit with Jafoy. There we go. Boom. Boom. Bye-bye. But no. Now, I'm going to go all out. That's why I said make sure your HP is above 30. Oh, no, above 40. You missed! And he's done us all in! And I haven't saved it! So that's what happens when you get a game over. Lucky for me, I've got rewind! I wanted to actually, I didn't do the rewind when I lost the battle. I wanted to show you what happens when you get a game over. But yeah, you see how bad those enemies are. It is because Rolf stupidly missed that attack. He is a fool. A fool in the toilet bowl. Sorry, and we'll try again. I've always had this saying, you miss, you die. I have no idea how it actually ended up killing it then. I think we did the same damage. But yeah. Right, okay. Yeah, I'm going to use up the dimates. Why not? Dimates, I mean. Stupid trigger happy. I am going to use up Nage Res first before I use my dimates. Right. Alright, back to it. But that, you know what is going to be prepared. There isn't really much you can do about that. You don't really want anyone to defend either, because you've got to get rid of them. If one of them defends, you're not doing the damage to them, and he will eventually they'll wipe you out anyway. But yeah, if you're just playing the actual Mega Drive version, you want to grind more. You really do. But also, Rolf was a fucking idiot then. Right, okay. So we've gone back into 6B. And come out of 6A. Right. So we go back in here, which is 2B, and we come out of 2A, which is obviously the first floor. I think there are 4. Hang about. No, there are 3 floors to this dungeon, unless you pay the ROM hack that me YouTube friend does, who has like 4 or 5 floors in this game dungeon. Anyway, we've gone into 4A, and we come out of 4B. Right. Oh, and if you had Rolf just do an attack on those blasters, he will just deal like in the 20 damage. He wouldn't do 30 damage or something like when he uses your boy. I've got 20. Hang about. Right, okay. Well, I'm not going to apologise because this ain't my fault. But on the map, I'm seeing that says 60 Mercedes we just got. But we only get 20. So on the map, it's a lie or misprint. I don't. When I call it a lie, it is a sarcasm. It's obviously a misprint. I don't think that these things are on purposely lie, especially a website like Phantasy Cave. The ones that do the translation, they give the translation for the remakes of this game, Generation 1 and 2. Well, I heal Wolf because he had a few lower HP than they. Oh, yeah. When I mentioned yesterday, you don't know that, but in the future, what day I said this. But on the part 1 of this this playthrough, I said I did a little joke that the characters that you don't bring in the battle, they can train and make items for you. Yeah, I was a little joke. I didn't explain why I said that. They do that on Phantasy Star Generation 2, which is the remake. And I'm going to be honest with you, Phantasy Star Generation 1 and 2 are awesome. Really awesome. If you're a Phantasy Star fan, I really recommend you play that if you've got a PC. Unlike me who hasn't anymore. I do have a PC, it just doesn't work. It's shitter than shit. Like, die mate. Yeah, my PS2 emulator, PCSX2, or anything really don't work on that PC. Really rubbish. But I will be getting a proper one. And now Nay's asleep, so she's out of battle, but she can still get attacked. And nothing wakes her up, nothing, not even get attacked. This ain't Final Fantasy, don't forget. This game, yeah, I'm saying this game's better. Anyway, hang about. Right, we'll go into here, which is 7A. Coming out of 7B. We're past our hour, but like I said, I want to get to a certain bit because I need to grind again when we get to a certain 60 Mercedes, which is definitely what it says on the thing this time. Yeah, so no, I think there's one more enemy we can meet up here. Then again, we might have already seen it, I'm not sure, but it's a really dark purple version of a frog. Right, going back into 7B, coming out of 7A, and we go here into 3B, and come out of 3A, but yeah, this is the first floor again. No, don't go back in. I'm going to be honest with you, as I scroll through the dialogue slowly, not like I always press it fast on my own play, I'm reading it as well. As I don't read things in games these days. However, I have started watching cutscenes again in games properly, which is awesome. But I'm reading it, I never do, so it's really enjoyable to find out the actual story of this game. I never really bothered looking into it. Right, 1A we've gone into, coming out of 1B, the second floor. Oh yeah, by the way, in case you have been watching him, because I've been mentioning him a lot lately, H.C. Bailey, if you watch him and notice that he too makes jokes of other references or whatever, of things like I did with the Phantasy Star Generation 1 or 2, don't think I'm copying him, because I was saying those sort of stuff way before I watched H.C. Bailey. Some things I may say that he says, but I will announce that I say those sort of things before I saw him. Anyway, where did we just... Oh, 5A we just went in. So we come out of 5B. This is the final area. Top floor, top dungeon of course, but no. Top floor. This is where those blasters can be met. But I don't fear them. Because like most of this game has a save state sort of thing, or rewind or whatever. And if you're just playing it on the Mega Drive yourself, or whatever you call it in your country, I will not address it as Genesis, because I'm not from your country, so I will address it as Mega Drive. And look at Nay! Right, I'm actually going to use a Diamate on everyone. Now what I like to do is use a Diamate, like if Nay needs a Diamate or whatever, I use Nay's Diamate on Nay, or Rolf's Diamate on Rolf, and so on. I tend to like doing that. I don't like to have the top person use their items on everyone. Everyone use an item on themselves. And Brudo now has 100 HP. Now, I'm going to say this now, okay? There is no maximum HP or MP or stats on this game. If you use a Game Genie codes or whatever to make your stats really high, or if you want to use Game Guardian or something, it does go over thousands. I mean, there is a Game Genie code for the next party member. Starts her off, if you she doesn't have an HP one for this particular code, but it starts her off with 255 MP, and every level she goes up she'll gain 255 MP, same with any other stat of her Game Genie code. However, it does show 9999, and when it goes over that, the number in the hundreds will turn to a letter or a symbol. Yeah. Okay. Who are you? Okay. We put her in our pocket, or in our bag. So here, look at this bag. Go on, jump in. Right, okay. So let's now go back to her father, Diam, whatever. Drum. I don't know what, I didn't really look at his name. I'm gonna admit, hang about. Alright, he was an ISIS member. He had bombs attached to him and he pressed the button. Save us! Who said that? So I'm sure that wasn't our team, because we're the ones that meant to save the world. Who's narrating this? Bruce Loke? He has seemed to be doing narrating and voice acting lately, sadly. Well, sadly. Yeah, sadly, because he's not actually doing acting. Well, I say he's not actually doing acting, like his own thing. You know what I mean. And we got a new village! Yay! So you know what that means, folks and blokes? Well, a new town, not a village. We need to go back to our village. And... listen to the music. Go back to our house. We gotta knock on the door. I know your name's Amy. You look like an Amy. Am I your parents or something? I have to rename these people. Like me and Nay are your parents. Me and Nay are not a couple. Rolf and Nay, sorry. It's not me, is it? But yeah, Amy. She's your white mage. Now a lot of people don't use her in playthroughs. There's two other characters that a lot of people use. My mum also. I am going to be spreading out my characters apart from one. There is one character I'm not using at all, and that's the final character we get. What was it? The others, I'm spreading them out because they've all got their own purpose. But I will be using Amy for now, mainly until way later on, sort of middle of the game, yeah. And then I'll be swapping to others. Just a little bit of healing there. Right, Amy uses knives, just only knives, I think. Oh, she can use staffs as well, which there is a weapon that has a fire staff way later that there's only one of them, but it's a one-handed weapon. That's what I'll do, that duplicate cheat for that. But for now, I'm got to press the A button, C button, not the B button. And I'm giving Amy to Emeralds for now. Because she's a woman, she equips emeralds, not shields. Bit sexist, don't you think? Thinking women can't cope with shields, so they have to have some sort of gauntlet. I think an emerald's a gauntlet. I mean, just in case, okay, I like to say this just in case you don't know what a gauntlet is. It's a glove. Like a solid, hard glove. That don't just go over your hand, it sort of goes up your arm. Right, okay. Going back to the other village. So we've got Amy. She's the one that learns that magic that can defend you from magic and physical attacks. This is why I'm keeping her until I get that item I said that can do that. Also, the one thing I wanted to say, that everyone going to sleep, what was it? And it's game over. There is another game that's everyone loves, if you're a Sega fan, and that's a game called Shining in the Darkness. Basically, that's a first-person maze game, and if everyone gets paralysed on that game, it's game over. But as soon as you're out of battle, you have to walk a few steps until you're not paralysed. Now that sort of thing happens the same on Phantasy Star 4, but if you're all paralysed, you're not. I don't think it's game over, because in the battle you can come out of it. There was another thing I was going to talk about, another game, I've forgotten now. Just wanted to get a few things off your chest, really, with that. But I can't think of the other game now. Right, now we have a cream bar. If you want to put the R and the E the other way around, or the allogram of this is cream. That's why I call it a cream bar, but a ceramic bar. Of course, Rolf can have it now. 2 of them for Nay. Now, this ceramic knife, Amy can use that, and so can Rolf. That is the same, well, a little bit more stronger attack power than the sword. But even if you equip 2 of them, I did not explain this. Right, with a sword, it's a 2-handed weapon. 2-handed weapons will also give you a huge defense boost. But if you had 2 knives, your attack damage will be a lot more because one knife is a little bit more stronger than a sword. But even if you equip 2 knives, your defense won't be as good. Who gives a shit about that? That's what the HP and armor's for. When it comes to these sort of games, weapons are for weapon damage. Armor, or any kind of armor, is for defense with me. If a special armor gives like a lot of attack and crap defense, I don't want that. That's what weapons are for, is the attack damage power, where armor's, that's what I think. She can also equip a silent shot, and so can Rudo. It's a one-handed gun, but it just paralyzes an enemy. No, don't put them asleep where it paralyzes an enemy. Could be useful. I'm not going to get that though. The status effect weapons, no, not in this game. I know a few people don't like being overpowered on games. I do. I really have no objective with being overpowered on games. Maybe when it comes to being so overpowered you don't need any use for healing items or magic. I don't like that sort of overpowered. Because when it comes to healing and that, what's the use of it? It's useless. That's what I don't like. And I don't like invincibility cheats. Because, like, use of items, healing, and the use of defense armor and that, there was no point in getting them. Speaking of armor, let's check what there are in here. So we've got another better helmet for Rolf. Amy. Now I think Amy can equip capes as she's a mage. But yeah, Rudo don't really need a defense at the moment. The fibre gear for Rolf. Nope. Let's equip those cream, the ceramic bars. I remember H.C. Bailey saying about Final Fantasy 5 that there are spells that you need to be a multiple of 5. Your level needs to be a multiple of 5 to learn. And I was like, what the fuck is a multiple of 5? Yeah, that's why sometimes I explain things if people don't know what I mean. Because I was in that situation with that. I didn't know what a multiple of 5 was. And then I realised, I found out that it means the 5 times table, 5, 10, 15, 20. Your level needs to be one of them in order to learn it. So that's why if I say something, I will explain. There could be someone out there that don't know what I'm talking about and get confused. And I mean, I wouldn't call it a dumb thing. I mean, even KSI didn't know what a feline was. It's just because you haven't learned that. You could be really high tech in something, and just something so simple you didn't know. Where people could be the other way around. Anyway, gonna call it a day in a minute, because I just want to get to the next dungeon, but just to be in there, so I could tell you what it is. What the next dungeon is. Now Amy's got shields on because she ain't got no weapon equipped. But every single time you load your game up, Amy will start off as a shield. You can't get her into a weapon at the moment because she only got emeralds equipped. Of course, they're gauntlets. That means she can have one in both hands, doubling her defense. And of course, Nay takes a lot of damage now. So she has basically the same damage as Rolf with his gun. Yes, Rolf has a gun, doesn't he? With his sword. Okay. Nay does more damage, yeah. I kind of know it, she does. So here is the next dungeon. It's the BIOS lab. Yeah, I did not forget our goal. That's the BIOS lab. That's the next dungeon we need to go to, but I want to get a bit stronger first. In here is a doorway that we need to get, but we can only get past that when we've done the BIOS dungeon. Now, in case you don't know, and maybe you want to play on ahead before I do the next episode, let's just say you use your dynamite in here on this door. You can't use a dynamite on the other door. You actually need another key item for that, and we'll get that when we've done this dungeon. So that's it, everyone. I don't know when I'm going to do the next part. Definitely not tomorrow, or like I did with part 2 or anything. So that's it. Take care, everyone. Peace and chicken grease.